everybody, and good morning. As you can see, it hasn't started snowing here yet. Yay. But I hope the weather gets warm again, turns towards spring. We're going into Jupiter retrograde. We're going into Jupiter retrograde. And all sorts of wonderful positive things are supposed to be happening over the next 4 months. So we definitely all need that. And I'm looking forward to spring and summer. I already have all sorts of great plans. So anyways, today, hey Peggy, today we're talking about intuition versus instinct. And Lynn's here too, that's great. So I'm going to start with, hey Kellyanne, I'm going to start with when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I was in a constant state of fight or flight, which meant that I responded to the world in a very instinctual way, in a way that protected me at all costs. Now that instinct tended to be in my gut. But my gut was so locked in. My gut was in such turmoil. Hey, Lindsay, because it was always locked down that I didn't have very good instincts either. When you're always under stress, when you're always in that fight or flight, your instincts, aren't very well defined. They're kind of broad. Everything's the dangerous tiger. It's not, oh, there's a dangerous tiger. Now it's everything you encounter is dangerous, and you stay in that level of anxiety. Hey, Susan. So it took me a really, really long time to work to not only develop my instinct so that I had very good fine tuning, but also to develop my intuition. So what's the difference between instinct and intuition? Well, I'll give you my opinion, and it seems to really... it's an explanation that I got from Greg Braden, one of my favorite science metaphysics authors. And instinct is more of that gut reaction. Instinct is your nervous system, that, primal survival, the one that's going to keep you safe no matter what. It may, destroy relationships while you're at it. It may create all sorts of havoc, but you will survive. That's that instinctual survival sort of mechanism. And that's really important, especially when we were little. And it's important so that we can, feel people's vibes and get a feel for them. But the problem with instinct is it's not very discerning. It doesn't give you very good information. It kind of gives you, danger or no danger, or as in the case for me, it was danger all the time, 24/7. It was only when I started to relax and I started to be able to regulate when my fight or flight would come on and when it wouldn't, that I started to get a handle on that. So that's instinct, kind of in a nutshell. Intuition, on the other hand, is something that's much more interesting. Intuition is based on connecting two, if not all three of your brains. I think the best intuition is when we have aligned and strengthened the connection between our head brain, our heart brain, and our gut brain. When those are all in alignment and they're used to harmonizing and resonating together, then you have got this amazing intuition. Because it's that resonance of those three brains coming together, and the heart's got something like 44,000 or million brain cells in it, and sends off these wavelengths that go beyond us, that other people can feel and we can feel in return. Hey, Rose. And our gut's the same way. Our gut has all of these bacteria. Hey, Tara, with all of these their own needs and their own way. It's called a microbiome. So we've got a whole community in our gut. We've got brain cells in our heart. And then lo and behold, at the very, we've got our brain, that little gray matter that's in there. So how do you get much better intuition? How do you go from instinctually protecting yourself to intuitively spotting a narcissist so that you can make good decisions before you even get into a relationship with them, before you even become entangled? So, if you're not in, the field for a relationship right now, possibly because you don't trust men, or because you don't trust yourself, or because it's just way too complex than what you want right now. Or maybe you're considering, developing more relationships, a partnership with someone who's maybe more creative but less stable, or a romantic relationship. Or maybe you're just ready to take your marriage to another level. You want to do this pre-work on your intuition. So how do you strengthen the connection between your head, your heart, and your gut? You want to get into a relaxed trance state where you're thinking about very positive things. When you're thinking about love you have for somebody else, or gratitude that you have for your life, or compassion. And so, compassion is not sympathy. Sympathy is feeling sorry for somebody. Empathy is feeling what the other person is feeling. Like if their heart hurts, your heart will hurt. And compassion is feeling other people's feelings, but not getting entangled with them. Being able to see past their behavior to the person that they are underneath. Tara says she heard a great thing that the heart feeds more energy and intelligence to the brain than the brain to the heart. Yes, absolutely. The pathway between the heart and the brain going this way up has more connections than from the brain going to the heart. It's really neat stuff how connected all of this is. So it's simple enough to, we'll do it right now. Think of something that brings you joy. Think of a memory or an experience, maybe a vacation. Think of somebody that you have gratitude for, maybe your kids or your parents or a coworker or a partner in your life. Think about compassion for, people who've really struggled. Hey, Maggie, people who've really struggled, or maybe when you've really struggled in life. Those are three of the big ones that you can have. So think of a memory that brings you that joy and compassion and gratitude. And when you do that for 3 minutes now, we'll not do it here, but you can do it while I'm talking. You will put your hand on your heart. And you can also put your hand on your gut too if you want. And you just bathe yourself into that memory, in that good thought. Because now you're not only connecting your brain, by reliving that memory in your head, you're bringing out the emotional part of it, that heart piece. So now those things that fire together, they wire together, according to Dr. Joe Dispenza. So when you fire your memories with your emotions in a positive, loving way, those two things strengthen. And when you have that security and that groundedness in your gut, when that microbiome feels healthy or you're sitting on the ground, now that's in alignment too. So you're grounded, you feel compassionate, grateful or loving or joyful, and you're reliving an idea in your head, something that's happened. So when we go into that space of loving kindness, as the Buddhists say, or into compassion, very with intention and purposefully, in a relaxed way. One of the ways you can relax is by slowing your breathing, because when you purposely slow your breathing, it tells your body that it's safe. So when you take, like 5 seconds for the in-breath and the out-breath, it starts to tell your body to relax, to calm down. It's safe. That's that groundedness where you can fully feel joy, compassion, gratitude, and love. 3 minutes. You want to do it for 3 minutes. Now, when you do this for 3 minutes, hey, Kelly, what happens is the effects, the harmonizing, the attunement, the working together, the in synergy. Hey, Fabriana. Those effects last for like 4 to 6 hours. So every time you take only 3 minutes to harmonize, to be in that space of loving kindness, where you feel it with your heart, where you've got that joy and emotion and compassion and gratitude, when you think about it with your head, when you do it in a safe, grounded way, everything's now working together. Now, when they work together, especially when it's your brain and your heart, when they work in concert, not, opposite, when you felt one way and thought another way, this is where you bring it into concert. When you do that, it actually unlocks your intuition. It unlocks your subconscious. When you come from a united, harmonized brain, heart, and gut place, you're now able to see into your subconscious. Hey, Kim, it opens up that door and you get insights and understandings that maybe you were blind to before. And the more you spend time with this, the more we spend time harmonizing these three brains, the better our intuition will become. The better our subconscious will recognize things and communicate with us. Tara says her friend said, imagine we get in an elevator and travel down to the heart. Drop into the heart space. Yeah, Feel what your heart is feeling, you know, whether it's on one side or the other, where there's tender. I like to feel for tender spots and to kind of intuitively feel for where I need my hand. So if you do this regularly, you will be able to not just spot a narcissist after you've been in relationship with them for 11 years. Instead, you'll be able to spot a narcissist way before they even get to you, because you will be in tune. You will be thinking with your head, you'll be feeling with your heart, and you'll be using your instinct of your gut. And because of all those, you'll be able to feel the vibes of the person. You'll be able to see beyond the languaging. You'll be able to recognize that this is a problem and behave appropriately. Because narcissists, at their basis, are scared bullies. They're acting in a very emotional, kind of out of control way in order to feel stable again. And so they don't like people who respond in a confident, grounded, strong way. That's not their victim. That's not who they're looking for. They're looking for someone that will make it very easy for them to stay in their comfort zone. And so when you spot a narcissist and you're in that groundedness, you know, heart and head place, you don't have that target on your back anymore, because you're intuitively watching them come at you. You're intuitively watching their words. You know what to look for. You know what to expect. And you handle it very gracefully. You don't fall for the bait. You know, you don't take the bait. I have a friend who would talk about his male friends about putting out trap lines. And that's what narcissists are doing. They put out trap lines to see who's going to respond to it, who's going to react. And so, you know, we all want to be the sort of loving human being that walks into a relationship without any judgmentalisms, give people the benefit of the doubt, love them, and maybe that'll change things. But in reality, people they're only able to have that openness and that vulnerability, hey Sherry, after you have demonstrated to them that you respect yourself, that you have high value for yourself, that you do care about yourself. When you do that first, then narcissists aren't interested in you, and you're able to develop relationships with people that are stronger, because you don't feel like you are constantly waiting to see if they're going to prove whether they're a narcissist or not. You don't walk into the world with your heart wide open. Instead, you work with it in concert with its whole team. Its team of brain, its team of heart, and its team of gut. Hey, Rochelle. So when you have those three aligned and attuned, which if you're, doing it, if you're on a good path, you're doing it often. You're doing it maybe in the mornings and before bed or at lunchtime. Whenever you can take 3 minutes, that's all you need. And you want to strengthen those connections so that when the narcissist comes into your life, even into your aura, you can feel it, you can sense it, you can spot it, and you can know which people you can open your heart to and which people that you need to keep at a little bit of a distance, because if you don't, then they'll take advantage of you, because they're just in that fight or flight, protect themselves at all costs. Okay? So, of course, here's your homework assignment for the day. It's an easy one. I want you to spend that 3 minutes in that place of compassion, love, or joy. And I want you to put your hand on your heart, your hand on your gut, and think of a wonderful memory and slow your breathing for 3 minutes today. I want you to do that. And remember, every time you do it, your intuition will get better. You won't just be riding on instinct alone. You'll be riding on this whole, team of super tools that help you see the world in a much clearer and grounded sort of place, okay? Now, if you feel stuck, feel free to private message me or text me or send me an email, and I'll point you in the right direction. I do coaching programs, and I do online workshops and all that other jazz. So, if you would like to be more part of this community, I have a narcissist group. Look for it. It's Healthy Strategies to Cope with Narcissists. And join the group, because that's going to be all about tools, healthy ways, no blame, no shame, no guilt, looking at situations from a very realistic perspective, and learning how to cope with them in real life, not in the pretend fantasy life where you cut everybody off and just live in a cave. But in a real life where you have to deal with people who are stressed out and have mental illness and are struggling and have bad relationship patterns and bad communication skills. We really have to deal with those people in the world, which means that we have to step up and get ourselves into harmony, okay? And if you need some help, join the group, PM me, and we'll point you in the right direction. Okay? I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm looking forward to mine. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.